sure does work. Hey, that's noisy out there. Big day for GRASSMEN, big day for me. Never mind in GRASSMEN, we're in an undisclosed location. Well, we're not really anymore. John Deere at this stage has officially launched their new foragers to some part.
Yes.
But Ross, this isn't the first time we've done this rodeo.
No.
We've worked together on releasing a few machines, but this is the new F8.
Yep.
It's all changed a wee bit, or in my common language, baby deer. He can't say that, but I can. What are we looking at? So what has John Deere done in the forager world?
We've invited you along today to have a look at this new machine. This is the new F8 600, as you rightly said, part of a brand new lineup from John Deere. This is a reset, as we talked about. Myself and Garth, only probably 7 years ago, stood in a field in Cheshire and we talked about the brand new 9000 series. Well, this really is the next evolution of that. So we've changed a huge amount on this machine. We've listened to customers, we've listened to a lot of feedback. We've took it all on board. Some, maybe not now, maybe in the future will come, and we'll talk about that as well. But for sure, what we've got today is
there's always
the
carrot that gets dangled, isn't there? Well, straight out, guys, you're looking over me. The big thing you have to see straight away is we've got what I have been crying for years, our new operating platform, i.e. the new cab.
Yep.
And I can see looking up in the new, I'm going to say joystick, hydro handle, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
We'll get to that in a minute. But essentially, what is this machine?
This, if we're looking at this exact machine, this is the F8 600. This is the largest model in our standard body lineup. So we have two lineups. We have a standard body, you call the baby deers, and then we've got the wide bodies, which was the 9000 series. So what we've tried to do is bring a commonality across all of our range. Not for sure the body width stays the same, so we still have the 680 and the 830 body widths, but we've tried then to make sure that if you buy an F8 100, it looks and feels from the outside and the inside the same as an F9 1000, and that's what we've tried to do. We tried to focus on the operator here first and foremost, and like you rightly said, the cab is a huge piece of that puzzle.
I think when you chat to John Deere, or if you're lucky enough to get chatting to some of the engineers, or even maybe above the engineers, it's one of John Deere's nearly core missions now is to have nearly all machines as they go forward to start and come a lot closer.
Yep.
From a combine cab, from operating a combine to even your tractor, there's going to be a familiarity. Ultimately, is what they're after inside any John Deere cab. And
that's right. That's absolutely 100%.
Well, that's what I was told.
So for sure, we want to make sure if you jump from a 6R145 into an F8 600, then into your sprayer, into your combine, that same user interface is there, so you can then get the most out of it straight away. There's none of this, oh, where's anything, where it's all should be straight to hand. You know where it is, you'll get the most out of it straight away.
So one of the things that wasn't being promoted on our, I'm going to say outgoing 8000 series, you were fairly happy with them on the 639 premium head, and you were promoting the 30R header on like the 9.8 that we have operating in the field here as well, or the bigger horsepower machines. Well, that's a 30R header.
For sure. Yep.
So what's been...
Yeah, I think it's more, we've had a couple more years to develop this header. We found that it works just as well on a standard body as it does at a wide. I think for sure what you say is still true. I think we feel like the 639 still has a place. We still feel like it will be the best-selling header on the F8 models for sure. But there is certainly customers out there, those contractors that are wanting to squeeze every little ounce out of their machine, that will look now at the 30R. So we've made it available for all of the whole range.
The 30R header has been, in my eyes, the game changer for John Deere over the last 2-3 years. That header basically refuses nothing. I think it is for sure as we are standing here, it's the range topping header.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
I would know before a start, when you go to drive that machine, you're never thinking about the header in these conditions. You're driving that machine to available horsepower.
Mm-hmm. All of those great features that we have in our 30R is now taken onto our F8 range, and for sure customers out there now have the option. We can say it's up to you what you want. You know, it will cost you a bit more for the 30R, but for sure there is some performance benefits there. And as I say, I see some people going that way, but not all. I think for sure the 639 has still a very, very important place within our lineup.
So what do we need to go and look at first? What do you need to get around the machine?
I think if we look at it, we can see that from the outside it's different. From the front on view, we've got this new, it's like the X9 cab as we call it. It's what we've seen in our X9 combine. We've now brought onto our forage harvester lineup. It's been a long time coming, don't get me wrong, but when we've done it, we've got it right. Yep, we've got it right. And in that time, we've been able to refine, to improve, and that's one thing I want to talk about as well. This machine is about 4 things really. It's about refinement, and I'll go through a few examples of that as we go around the machine. It's about technology, so we've got some new technology on this machine as well. It's about comfort, we've seen that right now, and it's also about performance. We've got a new power plant in the back of this F8 600 that we've never had before as well. All of that combines to give us the brand new F8 model, and then our F9s as well have a whole raft of changes as well. Sure, the power plants don't change, but all of the great features and technology, refinement and comfort are all available in that model as well.
To ABC this,
yep,
these are running the new 13.6 litre.
Correct.
And your F9 is all with the 18 litre or the 24.
Correct.
V12.
Still, it's 2. So we've only got three engines now in the lineup. We used to have a baby 9 litre.
No, I'm not.
Old 8100. She punched well above her weight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And but one thing going forward, we wanted to reduce complexity, give customers that feel that when they jumped into an F8, they were getting the best that we can give them, and the JD 14X as we call them, or the 13.6.
That is
that is the really good power plant within that machine. So it's high pressure common rail. So it's more efficient burn. We've got more integrated components. Take for instance the old 13.5, beloved engine, did a great job for us, but a bit long in the tooth, I would say. With the 13.6, we designed an engine that meets these regulations, these emission regulations, which some are good, some are bad. It's meant that we've had to add a lot of complexity to engines, a lot of cost as well. So we've designed an engine that's got things integrated into it. So that means it's burning at a cooler temperature. That gives us more efficiency. That reduces the amount of AdBlue consumption. Overall, that gives us an engine that's more reliable. So we've got integrated EGR and integrated the cooling within the block as well. That for us makes it a step ahead. It's a John Deere designed engine. It's designed for the application. It's designed to be in tough, heavy load, peak load applications that the F8 600 can give it. The F9 500, 600 and 700, they'll all still be with 18 litre, all still retain the no AdBlue with the Harvest Motion Plus concept. We've now gone to the F9 900 and the F9 1000. Now, you'll maybe, the keen eyes will know that we've dropped a model. We've not dropped the 9.8, for instance, we've just replaced it with the F9 900 to give us the opportunity to have the F9 1000. That is our new range topper, over 1,000 horsepower. First time we've ever had a harvester out of the Zweibrücken factory over 1,000 horsepower. I want to give you a few examples, some features that we've added onto this machine. First of all,
all of this the same before we go any further, within reason.
Yes, so chopping unit, feed roll unit, generally I would say 95% the same. Yes, there's changes. Without getting into too much detail, the main ones is around refinement of the hydraulic system, then a new design of gearbox. We've made changes to routing, electronics. the keen eyes, if we sat an old machine and a new machine side by side, you go, wow, that's changed, that's changed. There's a huge amount of changes throughout this machine. In general, we still run 4 feed rollers. We still have the same Duradrum concept, so the multi-knife cylinder from 40 up to 64 knives. Without going into too much detail, generally the same. What I want to focus on is a few notable feature changes. This one here, that's a big one.
Tire pressure inflation.
CTIS. So we have central tire inflation systems. So this is a front axle only system. So it's controlled in the cab. The CTIS system allows us to change the pressures of our front tires. So for field mode and transport mode. Look, it's a system that our competitors have had for many years, to be honest. And it's something that obviously, and sometimes we've been on deals where customers have really wanted it. We looked at it and we've now been able to offer a nice solution that's integrated, that's through the middle of the axle. So it's not something that comes, you've seen other systems come over the top of the tires. That's not this. We have a nice fully integrated system.
That, and I have seen a system where there's so much money and like you look at this, right? This is a Michelin axial bib 2. That there 7 VF, very flexible, 710, 75, 42. So that same tire can go on, say, the back of my 7R
for sure.
350, right? But the problem is that the money and the technology in that tire's designed to run right down at that pressure. But when it's right down at that pressure, it's very bulgy. It's giving you a lot more footprint. Well, the reason I was poking my head in there, and I can't mention any other brands, but it has been known when you've been running harvesters at other harvesters at low brand, there's so much bulge in the tire, it can actually get up against and hit the shaft.
Right, okay.
But that ain't going to happen there.
No, there's plenty of room in there.
There's a lot. That's why I was poking my head in round, because it was the first thing I thought, right, if we drop that right down, could there be a potential? But no, and that's mostly when you go on to like a side of a hill or something.
Exactly,
you're getting the tire roll.
But that's right.
So how long to drop and how long to pump?
So within 5 minutes, we can, for the very biggest tire, we can go from minimum to maximum pressure in under 5 minutes. In reality, it's a lot quicker than that. We have a brand new 1,000 litre a minute pump on the back of it, so compressor, to power this. So we have got no problems at all pumping the biggest tires up and down.
Should it be maize or whatever, you get that right down, the difference in grip would be unreal. But as you say, you only need it up a little bit maybe for a tyre roll going down the road, etc.
And look, so
that's the big thing.
We've spent years arguing around tyre technology and making sure that you invest in your tyres. It's very important, being able to run them at low pressures, because 40 km/h is the top speed. Therefore, it's amazing how low a pressure you can get with a great tyre. Next thing I want to show you here, Garth, is this is an example of where the engineering has changed. And if you look up here, this is, I talked about refinement at the very start, and this is the best example of refinement. These are all of the controllers that run all sorts of things, the engine, etc., the cab controller, whatever, you name it, it's in there. The idea of this is we've grouped them all into one area to give it stability, to keep them clean, to ensure moisture stays out of this area, ultimately to improve reliability and durability. This is, anyone that's got OCD, this is you'd love to see this. You know, this really does give you a great example of how much the engineering team have took pride in their work of this machine. And when I talk about refinement, there's no better example than this up there.
When something goes wrong, we start here.
Exactly. Well, for anyone that's technicians, or for customers, for anybody that is trying to maybe diagnose problems within a machine, looking for something that could potentially go wrong, what a great place to start.
On there, it's all there.
Exactly. We've even got a label explaining what
and a QR code.
QR code take you straight to the manual.
So we don't even need to go behind the seat. We pull the same page with the same greasy finger.
There we go.
We can bring it up on our phone now.
Technology has moved on. Right, this is also a change.
Following your 9000
exactly.
series.
Now we talked about commonality, making sure that customers from an F8 100 all the way up to an F9 1000 experience the same. Well, there used to be a different fuel tank. Used to be a filler up here, not ideal really. We've now gone to a new design of fuel tank that gives us...
You know, I look at my 7980 and, you know, when you exit and enter it and you're trying to fill it with diesel and you're, I don't want to, you're this pipe up there and you're coming down these wee narrow steps. I know I'm a big man, but whereas, you know, that is so much, there's so much more natural up in,
absolutely,
in fairness.
Yeah, and I think that is a nice thought. It's a nice design, incorporating functionality as well. increasing the size of the diesel tank so we can go up to 1,500 litres, even on an F8, you know, so that's a huge increase, all in one tank as well, might I add. We've also got a few changes just to highlight when here. Harder enough to see, but this is the rotary screen cleaning, suction fan. It used to eject in the front axle. We've now moved it to here. We've actually taken it out of the service compartment completely and put it in the rear compartment here. This ejects any dust off the rotary screen now in the rear axle, again keeping the front of the machine that bit cleaner. It's now driven by a belt instead of a hydraulic motor. The next thing I want to talk about here is this little valve block here. So this actually is a part of a new feature called smooth cut head engagement. You'll experience that when we drive the machine. We've taken a lot of the kind of sudden jolt or the judder when it, you know, when you engage that cut head, Garth, and it sometimes you hear that belt give a little bit of squeal or a bit of a slap. Well, that's all, any kind of noises, any kind of movements, it's contributing to wear. So we want to reduce that as much as we can. Therefore, we've got a soft start feature. Imagine, you know, your PTO in our tractor,
yeah, smooth
soft
start,
start.
yeah, soft start, yeah.
We've done the same with our cutter head engagement there. So
obvious question.
Yep.
Stayed longitudinal engine.
For sure. You've not missed it.
You're going for sure. And we've lost the green colour in the 14X.
Yes. Why is that?
Well, everything else is black now.
Exactly. So commonality across the whole range. So the JD 14X is painted black. We've also got a brand new gearbox on the front, so the transition box on here is now the same design as the F9 1000. So what does that give us? That allows then us to run the whole machine at a lower RPM. That's called harvest motion. You might have heard us talk about that on
Harvest motion and harvest motion plus.
Plus, exactly.
So harvest motion was on your 9.8 and 9.9, harvest motion plus was on your 18X.
Spot on, absolutely right. The plus part was basically extra horsepower in the lower end.
Yeah.
Gave you just a bit more, when you really lugged it down, gave you a bit more. That is only available on our F9 500, 600 and 700. Everything else now in the lineup has harvest motion.
Which in old money
is basically
9.5, 9.6, 9.7.
Correct. yeah, if you want to talk about the plus
old
ones.
money, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in old money, yeah.
With the F8s and the top model, two models on the F9 range, they have harvest motion on it, and that is basically a low RPM concept, allows us to run the whole machine at a lower RPM. What does that do? You've seen it in trucks, you've seen it in tractors. The lower RPM, the whole everything runs at, the more fuel efficient, the easier to drive, the more torque available, and ultimately running costs are lower.
So you're talking about if the go-to is 1,000 RPM on the drum, will she comfortably set at that?
Now at 1,800 RPM rated. Yep.
So instead of that 21.
Yep. We're down.
Flat out RPM, you're getting that, and you know when you come back down to that 1450, 1500, she'll sit there all day, but she'll be coming, you know, she'll be down where she's really working. I don't know what she'll be, 880, 900 RPM or
well,
something.
Yeah,
you maybe know better
than
me.
That's right. I think around about that 1500 mark, 1550 is a sweet spot certainly of this engine. That's
the 18X must take it slightly more. Then.
Exactly. They've got slightly lower again.
Aye.
Slightly lower again. So. Yeah, this one's 2,000 RPM rated, your 18X and your V12s are 1,800 rated. So definitely slight differences. It's just because of the torque available on this engine.
We'll have to have this, I get it.
Yep.
Don't like it.
Yep.
I'm allowed to say that, he's not. But it's actually fairly neat.
Uh-huh.
It's maybe not as cumbersome looking as previously.
Good. Do you think that all again? If
that makes any sense, your engine's a lot more open. It feels a lot more accessible.
Yep. So the AdBlue stack, you probably remember, was actually
they're here.
They're here. So you've got our steps here. They're the same steps that can come all the way around the machine. So we can basically these fixing points all the way around for access. So access is brilliant. You look at that all the way down the side of that engine. That also gives us, we've repositioned the engine. So the cooling package is bigger. It's the same cooling package on an F9. The engine's actually moved slightly further back as well.
Yeah, it looks
so
that way.
Further back gives us more distance between the cooling package and the engine. That helps with cooling again. Helps us save a bit more horsepower in that area. So adding to that efficiency story. What I want to do now is just show you a feature that I'm fairly happy with, to be honest. It's not a difference in the actual feature itself, it's a change in position. Here now is our high volume pump. So our high volume pump is at the rear of the machine. We repositioned it. It used to be in the service compartment. This is a new high volume pump. We also have the filter right beside it and a valve to change between normal additive mode, or there's a clean out function as well. So this button here, you hit that button, you switch the valve to, there's a dedicated clean water tank, we're able to flush out the lines from the back of the machine. So you can do everything. When you're filling additive into the tank here, 325 litres, fill additive in there, you're able to change the filter, clean the filter, use the water to change that, to clean that, put it back on, and you're away again. A nice, subtle design change, but again, listen to feedback from the customers.
No contractor wants to put additive on.
No.
In terms of it holds them up.
Exactly.
Modern silage, as an insurance, it's a very vital thing to put additive on for a lot of guys. So you have to make that job as easy for the contractor as possible. And I think we've long gone are the days where we've two barrels in the back of a harvester
yeah.
and an old pump and a schmalz, or whatever way you pronounce that, the name of that, and you're switching it off and on. And it has to be, but at the cost of it too, it has to be right. And that's the one thing. You can still change your nozzles.
So
maybe not so much.
So that's a good point, to be fair, you raised. We've actually now gone to one nozzle for all rates. We've got a nozzle.
Can do it all.
Can do it all. So
low volume, high volume.
Yeah, so we've got a low volume nozzle that can do all the low volume rates. We've got high volume nozzle that can do it all as well. So taking away the need to, depend on the rate, have the right nozzle installed.
Can we still wash your hands with the clean water?
So there is a clean water tank here. So there's a, but we've taken the tap is actually on the back of the machine here. So
understand, but there it is there.
That's where it normally would be. So again, coming round the machine, I think I'll probably close the panel for this point. And
this is our swing out toolbox, by the way.
Correct.
They don't like promoting that because they tried it, but they've no toolbox in here because apparently you don't need it, you said.
Well, yeah. What do we say? That's to keep the rate going, you know.
Sadly, you can't stop the rain. Or the stones.
So I just want to highlight the rear of the machine.
Styling the change.
Styling change. I think this is
and that has came across all.
Exactly.
The only difference in the big babies is we've got the twin pipes.
The twin pipes, exactly.
Gone very liney and squarey as old John Deere in their engineering these days.
So I think it follows a lot of that. You've seen the X9, you've seen 7R, you've seen the 8Rs. Very much that type of styling is where we're at the moment. We employed a designer that was BMW Design Works. He is now head of our design department. He's in charge of bringing a kind of family feel to all of our machines. So making sure they all have that same type of image.
The X9 and I'm going to say the American-made tractors. I mean that cab's
benchmark.
It's untouchable.
Yeah, benchmark. So
he was in charge of that, I do believe.
Exactly. So he's been involved ever since the X9 was the very first machine to ever have that new styling. Ever since then, we've been changing the whole lineup, slowly but surely.
I have a Nick, and it's in the 7R as well. I just cannot get used to these flashing beacons. I like the old spinny ones. Yeah. But that's me, I'm old.
They'll certainly be more reliable, those ones, than the old spinny ones.
I would say so, I would agree. By the way, you're not wrong, you have to give me that. I'm allowed one, Nick.
Don't worry, yeah.
That's it.
Round this side is...
So this is our, pull off this side panel.
Yep.
Why?
I think just to show again, this is a really nice indication of if you sat the old machine beside the new machine. We've made a few changes in this area here around hydraulics, around refinement of that, around just reducing complexity as much as we can. So there's a whole dedicated task force within Zweibrücken purely on line routing and hydraulics, and you can see the fruits of their labour in this area here. Also, you pointed out, you can see in there the large compressor.
Yeah.
So that's the 1,000 litre a minute compressor on the side of the engine, so mounted on the side of the engine, so the most efficient way of driving it.
They put a lot of effort into just tidying up.
Yep.
Routing, as you said, making sure everything's maybe the shortest distance possible,
yep.
the least amount of pipes possible.
Yep.
The most efficient way of where you put your oil tank is how to move that oil, how to get it back, how to get it cooled, how to do whatever all needs to be done.
That's right.
And you can see it's nice and tidy job there.
Yep. While we're here as well, talk about the rear axle. Now, obviously this is something you've been asking for as well for a long time, was an improvement in our turn and lock. It's safe to say we weren't the best in the business by any means. And we've listened. We've listened, we've took that feedback on board, and we've now got a new narrower chassis, which is about 25 centimetres narrower. That's allowed us a 20% improvement in our turn and lock. Okay, so 20%, what does that mean? Well, it means that we can literally turn back on a 6 metre turning radius. So our radius is now 6 meters. That when you notice that in the field, that's turning easily back into 30 foots. No problem.
Okay, you've done that in the F8. Have you done something similar in the F9?
Absolutely right. So this chassis has narrowed up the same amount on the F9 as well.
So 20 mil on both chassis.
Yep.
And basically, essentially, your two beams is just 20 mil in.
So just over 20 centimeters change on the chassis, which gave us a big increase in our turning lock.
Yeah.
Lastly, just focus on in here is the new service compartment. I mean, first impressions, a lot more room, more space. Again, we've refined the hydraulic valve block at the back there. We've condensed that down. We've really went to town on making sure that's as efficient as possible. Moved even the auto lube compartment has moved from where it was behind the cab. It's now moved straight in front of you. It's easier to fill. We've got more room to get our new processors in as well. So we've got a brand new processing lineup. It's called the John Deere Ultimate KP. It's 250 millimeter diameter rollers. It gives us the same performance as we had in the Extreme, but now built by John Deere as well.
Same process, crane, left, in, out.
So the crane in and out is the same. The positioning is different. So we are now running a different type of way of moving that processor in and out. Also now on the F9 1000 and F9 900, we can have a new designed Extreme KP. This is bigger than ever before with 305 millimeter diameter rollers. This gives us more processing power than ever.
What's left for us to do now? Get up and get a look at the inside of the cab and talk about technology.
That's right. I think we've got to experience the comfort, the new levels of comfort and the new technology on board. Don't slam the door, Garth, don't slam the door.
Hey,
Beautiful.
how long? No hands.
Yep. That's the way.
So no longer have to pull it. I often wondered how doors stuck it over the years.
Yeah, especially the abuse.
The slamming that they have to do.
The abuse they got.
Right, so we are in the cabinet of John Deere's new Foragers. It won't be anything new to bigger combine operators. Nope. They will understand. But for me now, this is just for me, first look across 7R 350 familiarity, slightly smaller steering. Well, you can get different sizes, but steering wheel shape, everything's got that familiarity. This here as well. Yep. Is it a 2-stage?
Yep, this is,
Same idea nearly as the joystick. See, we've got our foot pedals. Yep. Gen 5 screen now, that to me was a bit of a problem in the outgoing series. The technology there was lagging ever so slightly. I'm sorry to say it, but it was.
Okay. You mean, right.
Are you going to agree with me? Some of the information that you were pulling up, it just felt dated.
Going from from what we had before to we were a long way behind.
There we go. I finally got a John Deere man to admit something. That makes me feel good. I made a German engineer in John Deere laugh once. That was a bigger thing, by the way.
Well,
right, talk me through this.
Yeah, so you're in, as you say, this is the new cabin for the John Deere Forager. It's from the ground up is different. Everything from the seat
Same
to the
seat as the 350.
Yeah, we've now got the active
Electric.
seat. It's called Active Seat 2. This has got the
Massage
massaging functionality as well. We've got the full air suspended. It's even ventilated. So in a warm day like we have today,
cool air up your bum. It's a good feeling.
Yes.
That along with the massage, you can feel a little violated at times if you're just sitting in the wrong place with the massage seat going, but we'll not get into that.
So,
but I'm being honest.
But yeah, everything has changed, and I would say for the better. I hope you'd say so. As you mentioned, the G5 display. We've got the G5 display on the end of the armrest. We were able to get Gen 3 down here and have G5 up here to run our harvest lab documentation, but to finally get it on the end of the armrest, it feels more integrated. It feels like, as you say, tractors. It feels like the new combines.
Well, if I'm using my 7R 350 as a reference point, I jump in, so straight away my arms on this. I've got what I'm used to here, air conditioned down, temperature up. So already I know my way around this, answer my phone, my radio, etc, etc. Whilst I know this is different, it's much more like my Command Pro that I'm used to driving.
Yep, that same feel, isn't it?
We've retained the 321. I'm only reaching across you, but already I know I don't need to be an extortionist with my thumb to press the button up here, and it was straight up like this. There was no getting away from it. It wasn't the nicest. I'm sorry, it wasn't. And I've been shouting about this every time I've interviewed one of you guys. So, header up, header down.
Yep.
What's side to side mean? Nothing?
Lateral tilt.
Lateral tilt.
Yep.
Spout.
Functionality right in the middle. Big spout button as well. And very close, as you say, to the 1, 2 and the 3.
And we're still working with that 3 for float, 1 for lift, or whatever way round you have it. Don't know what way round you have it.
Yeah, so 1 for lift, 3 for float.
And then 2's typically for your maize head or whatever, where you're setting it or a distinctive.
Or a different position even for the grass header, for whatever header you have on. It's another position really.
EF.
Again, reprogrammable. Can be whatever you want. We could.
So a wee bit like your 9.8, etc. There's a few buttons on this. You could put the horn on there if you want.
Exactly. So horn on there. We for this one we've actually lifted the spout up.
Yeah. And
the spout down. So we don't need to take our hand off the armrest to go anywhere. It's all on there.
Forward, reverse.
On your header, absolutely.
Usual. Auto steer engage if you have it.
Auto steer engage, or for today, this will be the one to engage active fill. So this will be our.
You've active fill in this.
Exactly.
Machine.
So this is our brand new. Well, it's not brand new, but we've brought a new version of it onto these machines.
Emergency stop.
Correct.
When something goes badly wrong.
Really badly.
Bang.
Yep.
What have I got around here?
Extra functionality, extra buttons. So for instance, the crop press on here, we've got our wheels, our gauge wheels on there as well. So everything can be controlled from this joystick.
And then have you your automatic go home position, etc.
Correct. We've further improved that. So we've now gone to dedicated buttons for Pro Touch. We called it Pro Touch. There was a button in the middle of the armrest there. It was a single press button, so either way was pressed once. Sometimes you get a bit confused which way it was it going to, you wanted it to go into transport mode and then go to field mode. So now we've gone to dedicated buttons, so it's 1 for transport, 1 for field.
When you're sitting in the middle of a shed in a tight spot and some young lad starts it up and hits a button.
You just want to make sure it's going the right way. We can also now have a second speed within your operating range. So you can now use 1 or 2. 1 could be maybe in tough conditions where you want to be a bit slower. So your max speed on your hydro handles may be set to 10k.
But that's giving you the full stick for 10k.
Exactly. So it gives you that full range, better feel when you're driving it. And then number 2 could be 20k in those flat out conditions.
PTO button without being smart, not starts her.
Yep, starts the drum, and that's one thing I want to talk about. Let's maybe just get your impression when I engage the drum. It's maybe not going to come across well in the camera.
Can we stop it?
Yep.
I was watching the numbers as you did that, so do that again. So you've engaged the PTO, we're sitting at 0. 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, we're only at 4 now, so we've got those 3-4 seconds before she's fully locked in there, where she's speeding that up slowly. Absolutely. Soft start. Soft
start on our machine. Again, great for extending the life of the belt and overall the machine as well. So a nice feature.
So our screens, Harvest Lab, what's different about this screen? It looks more normal to me, like a normal screen. So if you hit menu,
yep. So
that's what we all know.
It's what you all know. It's what you all know and love. It's the same type of app layout that we've seen on our tractors, our combines, our sprayers, etc. So it's now on the forage harvester. It's really nice. It should be easy to find. You should be able to find everything you want on that. And we have the functionality. We've got more than ever better functionality. So
if this is my first day going chopping, and I've landed into this field, and the farmer says, I would like this, chop this as long as you can, but I want the next field chopped a bit shorter because it's a harder grass or something like that.
Yep.
So how quick, how are we getting there chop lengths?
So straight from that, we've got quick keys down there, or we've got the functionality. We get either or. So if you don't want to touch the screen, or if you've got grubby hands, you can go in through the quick key. We've got to the new harvest settings page. You just select there, and you increase your chop length really easily. And there we go. We can go from minimum to maximum chop length without getting out the cab. We don't need to adjust
all
anything.
Touch screen or quick key?
Quick key to get you there, touch screen once you're in it.
So a quick key with camera, wave cylinder.
Yeah, so we've got header page, we've got all of the cameras on this. So we've got spout camera, we've got a rear camera, and we've even got the dedicated active fill camera. This one is our dedicated Harvest Lab button. So this is our onboard crop sensing. So
which is still John Deere's big thing.
Yep. It's something we've had on now nearly 15 years. probably more experience with the Harvest Lab.
ME, protein, NDF. There's all the figures you're looking for: sugar, NDF, ME, crude protein, crude fibre, and ADF.
And your dry matters up there. So everything that you need, all been recorded, all been documented to the field that we're in. So we've selected the field. In reality, with the new work plan software and our one-click go, we can drive into this field. The farm client and field will be automatically populated. You just have to select OK, and you're away.
So the one-click go that they launched when they changed to the 6R series is now filtered through into the harvester range and the 7000 receivers, etc.
Exactly. With all that commonality.
Nick. So this is Nick Hoyles' job.
Yep.
So Nick Hoyles from his office could send information through to that screen for you prior to you getting there.
Absolutely. If he's created the plan, he's basically saying you're chopping these fields, you know you're right. As soon as you drive in, it'll pop up and tell you you're in this field. What do you want to do? Do you want to start chopping? You click OK, it's done. Takes a lot of the kind of messy work out of it, makes it much more simple for the operator.
So sweet spot is here.
Yep.
Towards the edge here, and anywhere here we're not driving her efficiently enough.
Exactly. You'll see today that we're certainly always in that. We want to always be in that sweet spot wherever we can.
So headers over here, we're getting the same. So this remains here at all times on this screen, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Fuel level, AdBlue level, engine temperature, and drum speed.
Yep.
It looks like it's there all the time.
Yep. That's the dedicated kind of PDU, as we call it, as you say. All the kind of main machine functions that you need to see at all times are always there.
Lots of charging points. You need to charge the old phone.
Yep.
Like,
and also,
you know what I'm saying?
And we've also a lovely swivel functionality on the seat.
And your seat swivels with the same idea as again the 350. I can turn the seat right to the door.
Yep.
And that never comes to touch the steering wheel.
So for all your friends that like to chop on that side, crazy enough as it may seem to me, we can swivel that seat to the left and give them a much better view as well.
Hey, let's go chop. Let me just feel this baby. So this is the F8 600. Is that right?
Correct.
Which means 600 horsepower.
Yep.
But the F9 500 has to be more horsepower.
Yes, and it's the wide body.
That's a wee bit confusing for me, but we'll not get into that. So we have how many standard bodies?
So we've got all the way from the F8 100 up to the F8 600.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ish.
Not quite like that.
There.
Not quite. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 F8 models, and then we start at the F9 500 all the way up to the F9 1000. So
you have 11
models.
11 models. Oh, this is horrible grass, by the way.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there, this is horrible grass. It's actually not, it's absolute rocket fuel. And cows are going to absolutely love it. But it's very naughty. So this is a 48 knife drum.
Yep, 48 knife drum. We are chopping at 14 millimeters.
Nick is running 800, so he's running two big bad boys.
Yeah.
He's well able to take this here and push it on and see how it's holding its own or not against it.
Yep. Nick does a lot of grass silage in a lot of different conditions. As you see, we're in here multi-cut conditions, but he's also got just as many acres that are heavy crops as well, like maybe 1 or 2 cuts per year. So these are the kind of grass conditions that we wanted to test this machine in, and this machine will then go on to another customer.
An ideal operator for use to be tested for test machines. How long now? How long? Reverse her back a wee bit there for me. He has to go and tip his load.
Yep.
Get her a wee bit closer. I want you to simulate a 30-foot row.
Right, okay, let's do it. Yep.
Right, I'm guessing that's close to a 30-foot row there. So down you've come.
Yep.
And
let's go out.
So we're doing 30s here today. At this point I'd be on the, and you're no problem, you're down in her. You sure you didn't touch side ring there? Positive.
I am absolutely positive. You would have heard it if I did.
Are you sure? I need to point out the infotainment system. Certainly, I love it.
So that CarPlay system, that infotainment, allows people to connect their phones in. They can run Google Maps through that as well, so it ensures that they're not looking at their phones when they don't know where they're going, especially in other countries. That's become a very popular option.
I mean, it's 6 points in the UK.
Yeah, you've got to be careful.
And you know, with your phone actually, I was just studying that, it's sitting lovely in there.
Yep, so that's a nice little feature you see in our with our harvesting armrest. We've got that phone holder area.
You must tell the BMW design guy to knock the wee charging unit in there.
It'd be nice if it was wireless charging.
That's a good, that's a here.
Yep.
It's the little things.
Yep.
One of our early videos in GRASSMEN, and this is 15 years of GRASSMEN. We made a joke of all the brochures was talking about 210 degree spout rotation. Well, this is now 230.
Yep.
So even that has changed.
Yep, the spout angle is further round than ever before. We've gone 10 degrees further round, which we call that spout angle plus. So 230 degrees full movement, which, you know, with these big trailers that are coming, like with especially the Smythe trailer with that extra bit on the front, you're gone are the days when you're shouting at the guy, you're peeping the horn, telling him to go forward.
Young
back.
lads won't listen to it anymore.
No, they won't even look at you.
No,
they won't even look at you.
You're lucky they stay beside you and don't hit you.
So having more movement on the spout, that can only be a good thing.
You're dropping that grass, so I'm sitting in the passenger seat, you're dropping that grass right down at my eye level. Yep. Which is actually in front of your eye level.
Yep. And that's great for visibility. It's where you want it to be, don't you? You don't want to be looking behind you all day long. And this is, we're also
and you've activated your autofill there.
Exactly, so, oh. That was going to go.
Oh, that's green, boys.
Look at.
That's just one thing, I don't care what header you buy, when it's sticky it'll wrap around the auger, won't it?
Yep.
Ha 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 ha! Come on, Betsy, hit the red.
No bothers there.
Ah, she's cleared it. F ready.
F ready. Yep. So that stands for, that is actually the header. That means it's got a controller on the header. So there's kind of like a brain on the header as well now that captures all the header functionality, all the header diagnostic codes, etc. And it means it's ready for an F-series forager. Yep.
So, right, demonstration, we're done, we're pointing to the gate.
Yep.
How quick can we pack this baby away?
So it's the case, one button here, it's doing two functions at the same time, but already the spout is moving round. You know, it's
changed where the spout lands.
Yeah, the design of the
wee bar.
The bar is different, but there we go. How long was that? We're done. That was 10 seconds more. So the great thing about this new Pro Touch functionality, we're able to do two functions at once. So it can do the header and the spout at the same time. We weren't able to do that before. So yeah, customers really like that.
We've just arrived in the field, Ross.
Yep.
So you put it away by pressing the left hand button.
Yep.
Now you're pressing the right hand button. Or the left, I don't know which one you're pressing.
So yeah, so out of road mode.
Yeah.
Hit this one button now. And basically it does all the functions that you need to open up the machine.
There we go. Boom, boom, spout is up. Oh no, it's turning to the wrong side.
You're in my area now.
You're basically, what are we there, 10-15 seconds?
Yep.
Now obviously, if we weren't filming, you'd have the header hit me now.
Yep. So.
08. 1, 2, 3, 4, up
and
the speed.
You feel it change.
Smooth.
And then we engage.
And what are you running? What mode are you running in?
So we're in headland mode.
So headland mode is and she will cut down at the headland and.
Yep. She will drop RPM when you're basically, if you've raised the header, or if you're in neutral with the happen to block the machine or you have to unblock it, that whole mechanism has changed as well. So that's different underneath the machine. We've even got in the grass box, remember when you're looking in the back of the machine where you wheel the grass box in and out, where the processor would go, the back panel of that grass box can now come down. So you can go in from, you don't need to crawl under, so you have to crawl under to open up the door.
Door, yeah.
But then
that'll just let it fall out. Jump up in and push it down out. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm a big believer though, you got to experience that to then not do it, and you'll remember it, right?
Tyre inflation system. So we're waiting on a trailer. The guys have been for a cup of tea. Battery is nearly out. So I've pulled into a field like this. I'm going across the headland, and I'm like, right, I want to drop the pressure a little bit. So say we're creeping along there. Can we do this on the move?
Exactly. So we can do this on the mode. We've got two pressures programmed in there. We've got 1.6 bar
or one bar
on the road, and then 1 bar in the field. So we go to our in the field pressure setting. I've selected that. It is now operating. You see, so currently we're at 1.6. We've been on the road. We've come into the field. You can even hear.
I do that again. That door does work. Hey, that's noisy out there. It's not noisy now.
And so we've dropped down from 1.6 down to near 1 bar.
So by the time, realistically, by the time you'd be in through a gate, if you were hitting that button, swung out round, the whole thing rising up, you've dropped her down. So if you want to pump her back up then, you just hit road mode and she'll pull that 1,000 litre a minute.
Pump the other way. So we hear her deflating at the moment. We just go into this mode, so
she'll turn around now to inflate.
So we're already at 1.2, 1.3 bar. We're increasing.
1.5. Takes longer nearly to come out than it does go in.
Yep.
By the looks of that.
Yep.
She's pumping.
And now remember, we've got some big tyres on here as well.
7, 10, 75, 42 mixing axial big twos. I did notice that, just saying.
And there's
what's the running width with those?
So that we're now actually running at 3.3. So this is quite wide setting on this for a standard body machine. Typically they would run a bit narrower.
She's green lighted.
We're there. How long was that?
That's good.
20, 30 seconds.
That's very, very, very workable. Well, look, Ross, I know we're cruising around. We're about to run out of all our battery, but look, thanks very much for. I know the machine has been put out there in the public domain as we speak, but I kind of said to you before I would come out, I would like it to have done a few hours. It's done a good few hundred hours there. I clocked that earlier on.
Yep.
So wanted to see the machine work and wanted to get a feel for the machine after it had done a bit. Where you maybe just weren't giving us the full polished salesman version, I like the wee bit of rawness in it. I think it's very important, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's a GRASSMEN thing, because we love to promote brands. Of course, I have a soft spot for John Deere. I think that's very, very fair and I'm not ashamed of that. I love the familiarity of it all. I get that you'll not preach that to everybody, but if you're running John Deere equipment, I believe we could jump in here and we'd be chopping grass in no time at all.
Yeah.
I think good job.
And all I can say is thank you to the GRASSMEN team for coming out today.
Pleasure.
And getting to experience this machine. It's it's the only machine in the country in this specification. So, and I'm really glad we've had a.
And I noticed you've no markings on it yet. So so this machine, up until a month, 6 weeks ago, was a complete secret.
Exactly. Yep.
Whereas after a month, 6 weeks ago, the initial sort of launch has happened. We're coming in that wee bit later. That's not by design, that's by choice. But both of us saying, look, let's let the machine do a bit of work.
Absolutely.
And we're going to, and you've offered us, we're going to go and see another machine that's a little bit of an in-between. It's got this cab.
Yep.
Looks like an older machine, but it ain't.
Exactly.
And we will get a wee look at that and follow that up doing some real work soon. So this is the new John Deere range, guys. This is Ross and Donkey signing out from Englandshire.
Thank you very much.
And
Cheers.
thanks to Nick Hoyles as well. And I love his new Smiths. Just saying that.
Okay guys, thank you.
Well everybody, we hope you enjoyed the introduction video that we've did along with John Deere to the F8 and F9. But that's not it, all of it for today. John Deere have asked us to give out some tickets to the new Drivers Lounge that is on their stand at Agritechnica, that's Hall 13. So John Deere have taken over the restaurant and they want to get operators into their stand, into the restaurant, have a beer, have a drink on John Deere and a hot dog, and basically have a chat, all things John Deere. So for your chance to win a ticket, we will select them at random. Please comment, I want in, and your tickets will be available at Agritechnica. Please don't enter unless you're definitely going to Agritechnica, because it's a great thing that John Deere is doing, where they want to bring drivers together and all have a bit of crack on their stand. So I want in, and we will select some winners at random, contact you, and then we will get your details, pass them over to John Deere, and you can get them on the day when you're at the show and have a drink on John Deere. Mint.